There are young people like us who are willing to do something about it and who care. And the second was Chris Brown. That was kind of like a long shot. Let's just try something. And it worked out. And I spoke to him. And he was very supportive. And he follows us on Twitter too. So he's keeping up with all the cancer survivors and all the fighters. It's good to know that it brings, people from all over the world together. Who would have known like Chris Brown is going to support something so small like cancer, and people want to help, people want to be part of it.
It's more mentioned now, and I think, and I believe that over the years it was more like voodoo, you don't talk about it, you're ashamed. Now I think people are more aware of it, and I think that people want to help in every possible way. Sanan, you have been quiet this whole time. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing now.
Well, other than finishing treatment and all that stuff, I'm back at school. I actually just started again this week. So getting back into that, and this whole thing also kind of changed my path of where I want to be in the future. I was going towards pre-law, law school, and all that stuff, and now I switched to public health, just because I feel like I can do so much more in that field. But I was going to go off of what you said about the awareness thing, and always like when you have these pains in your body, not to scare anyone or anything, but when you have these pains, not to let it go unnoticed, because I let it go unnoticed for a year and a half, thinking that it's nothing. I shook it off. She let it go for like 2 months, saying it's just pains that you would usually get. But if you have like a gut feeling about it, just go get it checked out. It could be probably nothing, but you would have that peace of mind. So that's like one main thing that I always tell my friends, and they're probably going to be like, you made us so paranoid. But honestly, like, please go get checked. And that's all I can say. And I was also going to say about the bracelets, that each color that she
I was going to say that there is so many colors here. There is pink, and there is white, and there is blue. Is it just cancer, anything, or? Well, each cancer has a color. So the actual cancer ribbon that you can see on many of the bracelets, the cancer ribbon, is a basic symbol for all cancers. And each color represents a certain type of cancer. So yellow represents sarcomas. Purple represents Hodgkin's lymphoma. Green is non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Pink is obviously breast cancer.
White is lung.
Orange is leukemia, which is a blood cancer. Blues and purples are usually like prostate, pancreatic. Light blue is lung, so that's another big one. So I feel like,
this one right here.
Yeah. So I feel like when someone wears it, it kind of gives them like that title or something that this is what I battled, and there's that whole connection with the colors. It's not just like, oh, it's a cute color, I like to wear it. It kind of represents, like, a lot of our friends are wearing purple and yellow, supporting us, and it just puts a smile on your face when you see it on. So
for the supporters, when they're wearing it, every time you look at it, it's just like you're supporting a cause that's so wonderful. You're supporting something that people should all be aware about. Cancer, especially now that I guess maybe we're in it, that's why we kind of see, but it's becoming very common in children and young adults. That's why, wearing a bracelet kind of symbolizes that whole community. So, it's great for a lot of people have it on. It's not just a fashion statement. It's something so much more than that.
It's more meaningful.
And it kind of helps us, like, give out, like, more information and more awareness every time we give one out. Like, we can talk about like how it's not only what you eat, how you live your life. The lifestyle isn't the reason that you get cancer. There's genetic deficiencies, there's chromosome things going on. So every little bracelet that you give out, it's kind of like you have a story and like learn this about cancer. This is what happened, because we're still learning. Like every day that we go through it, we still like, oh, that's what happened. Oh, this is what happened. So it's kind of like an everyday thing for us too.
Could you tell us a little bit about the chemo and the radiation and how it affects you, and how does it change?
Our chemos are, everyone that goes through cancer feels something different. It's different. There's similar things like nausea and fatigue and
swelling up, because they always give you a bag of steroids before every chemo, and it's like, I don't want to swell up, but I don't want to be nauseous.
Exactly.
So it's like I'll take the steroids.
Hot flashes.
Yeah.
But
each body reacts differently.
Yeah. Like she has a port. I don't have a port. I get my chemos through IV every time. So there are chemo medications that burn my skin and it burns my veins that she doesn't feel.
But you do get discoloration on your skin, like you do get like somewhat brown patches, but they do go away. But just because it kind of mixes in with your cells, it kind of kills your good cells as well as the cancer cells, but it's killing good cells. It does make you very nauseous. You feel very acidic all the time. It's not a good feeling. But the way I told her to look at it and the way I looked at it the entire time was that I'm feeling this way, I feel really bad, but it means that it's working and it's killing all the bad stuff in my body. So it's like, go ahead, like, kill it.
A lot of people have this inclination that cancer is hereditary. Now, both of you have cancer. Is it hereditary what you or Sanan has?
It's just a coincidence that we're both cousins and we both got diagnosed, but it has nothing to do with each other. My cancer is not hereditary, not genetic whatsoever. Hers is not either.
Mine, it was bound to happen since I was born. It was in my genes, and if the chromosomes decided to turn on or off, and they did decide to turn on, that's why it got activated. If not, I could have just gone on with my life with nothing going on. But it's just a random mutation that could or could not happen. It's actually 3 out of 4 do not survive my cancer, so it's kind of a blessing, and I thank God every single day that I was that one person that out of the 4 that could have survived it.
Again, if there is people out there obviously are watching, what kind of advice would you give them, whether it's young or old?
Go ahead, Sana, I'll go next.
In general, or
in general?
I mean, don't sweat the. Before I got diagnosed, I would stress out over the little things. I would have to be perfectionist. A through Z had to be done. That's all it was, and no going through circles, not carefree. Let's just go do whatever you want. Now, I just live my life, and if I'm happy with what I'm doing, I'm happy. I don't think about what others are thinking because it's only me. I'm the priority in my life, and that's what I think about first. Because I was always, how are you feeling? How are you? Don't worry about me. But I realized that once you put yourself up there, things will fall in place, your other priorities. And it's kind of like you're blessed, and do not, it's like a common thing, don't take life for granted, but you won't feel it until you've been pinched by it, and your life flashed before your eyes, and it could have been like, it could have been gone. I could have been gone 8 months ago. And the fact that I'm able to live it again, even though I went through all of that, I'm a completely changed person, look completely different, but I'm here, like I'm alive, I feel, I can live.
Do you do all these talks to others? Have you gone? And because that would be great if you're a great inspiration.
Thank you.
I mean, survivor for something very, I would strongly suggest that you could go and talk to kids, and I'm sure that's something.
Everyone's been telling me, my doctors especially, at the clinic itself, even when I was going through treatment, like chemo, I had to carry a bag with me because my chemo was in Santa Monica. So I'd have it infused at home with me. So I had like a pouch on me the entire time. So it's like a little satchel. So so he would tell me, can you please go talk to this person? And I would go talk to them, and another person. And she's like, oh girl, your age got diagnosed. Can you go talk to them, make them feel better? And he goes, and I became like a spokesperson in the clinic. And it kind of made me stronger too, saying that, son, don't worry, like you're going through it, but look at them, like help them get better. And I kind of forgot about me. You know, and I do feel better, and I do love talking to people about it. I'm very open about it, and I feel like that's why I got to her. Like I always went by her. I always talked to her. I always give her the advices. Keep your head up. Never let her go. Like always hold each other up, and that's the only thing you can do.
That is extremely wonderful. Coming back to Beads for Battle, how would anyone that's watching, or do you have a website? How could they order? And then I would like to talk to you about donations.
Okay.
I would strongly urge all of us to help out Beads for Battle. If you could donate, and Cynthia will tell us where to donate and how.
Definitely. Well, I do have a website. It's beadsforbattle.com, or you can go to the Facebook page, Beads for Battle. We also have a Twitter, which is @BeadsForBattle, and an email, beadsforbattle@yahoo.com. And people can just, I don't really take orders. It's more of just people send me names of cancer, people going through cancer, or if somebody wants to support, they would tell me, I want to support, how can I support? And they would usually make a donation via PayPal by using the beadsforbattle@yahoo.com email, or
Could you
by
repeat
writing
that a little slower for everybody?
beadsforbattle@yahoo.com.
Okay.
You can go on to PayPal and donate from there, or on a check, Beads for Battle Incorporated, and I would send them bracelets as well. And everything is on the Facebook page, all the information. I recently posted it again. So everything is there. You know, people usually make donations with PayPal more than anything else.
And these donations are going to be used for?
These donations are pretty much covering the expenses of the bracelets, the shipping of the bracelets, and that's already covers the cost. But I do want to collect enough donations so I can be able to send bracelets to a children's hospital or different organizations that relate to cancer societies and things like that. So that's my future goal. But for now, I'm just trying to collect funds and sending the bracelets here and there.
Sanan, as far as, are you involved with the beads also, or?
She's like the bead maker.
I'm like the bead maker with her other friends also. Anytime I have free time, I go help them out, make beads all the time, hear the stories, and they just make me happy. But other than that, I'm just like a little working elf.
Does everybody have to write a story and then you would send the beads?
No, I mean, there are people who just send me literally a name, a cancer type, and an address. And with no questions, I just send it to them. Okay. And the person receiving the bracelet then messages me saying thank you and with a picture. And if they, of course, want to, I post their stories. A lot of them just open up and start talking about their stories because they feel as though I understand.
Well, they need to. They need that support. They need someone that has actually gone through it. Because when you haven't, then obviously you can't understand what somebody's going through.
You said that your friend was battling breast cancer recently, so we have
we have bracelets for you and your friend.
They're pink, and they have the cancer ribbon and a cross for hope, and hope everything goes well for her, and it will.
It will.
She's
definitely
strong. She'll get through it.
She's a fighter.
Yep.
And in return,
for you,
I pray God
that
everything works out for you tomorrow and in the future. Beads for Battle. I wish it the best of luck. Again, thank you for watching Lights on LA. Stay tuned next week for another episode. Good night.